The entire world has been suffering due to the climate change dilemma. Hurricanes, floods, earthquakes, desertification, and fires have become the new norm. Why? Because of climate change. Air and water pollution, crop devastation, typhoons, shore erosion, and glaciers melting are just some of the results of the rising temperatures which have been driven by our modern-day industries. We are all facing the same threat.
Welcome to Point of View, a platform where experts and leaders clash on controversial issues facing our country. In tonight's debate, we will talk about one of the biggest topics in our country that we are facing currently, and it is global warming. Is it a legitimate threat, or is it just one big myth? Our candidates have very opposing views to the matter tonight. To my near left, we have Karabelo that strongly believes that global warming holds a very dangerous threat to the future of our country. And to my far left, we have Lwazi that just questions if global warming is just one big myth and does not hold a danger. Tonight's debate will address three critical questions. Candidates, please be mindful and keep your answers within time limits. We begin with our first question. What is your take on global warming, and how do you believe it will affect South Africa's future?
I firmly believe that global warming is not only real, but the greatest threat to South Africa's environmental and economic stability. We have witnessed devastating droughts like the Day Zero crisis in Cape Town. Failing to act now may only make such events more frequent and severe.
Thank you, Speaker. My honourable colleague, I'd like to disagree with you. You're sending the nation into a panic state. Global warming is a myth, and the so-called evidence that you speak of as well, and that scientists often quote as well, is a bit overstated. Now, our economy depends on coal mines and also on these certain industries to provide not only jobs but also contribute to growth. Disrupting these sectors can sometimes be a little bit catastrophic, unlike worrying about why the temperature is different in 2024 compared to 2010.
Thank you, candidates. Now let's discuss the economy. How would each of you balance economic growth with environmental sustainability?
Transitioning to a greener economy does not mean sacrificing jobs. In fact, renewable energy sectors are already creating opportunities. Solar farms and wind energy have a huge potential, especially with South Africa's natural resources. Embracing these industries could lead to sustainable growth.
Thank you, Speaker. Honourable colleague, the shift away from fossil fuels into renewables is a spit to many African countries when we rely on these very same fossil fuels in order to generate our own electricity. Now, I say that because fossil fuels are the backbone, especially in many mining communities. Now, we cannot abandon these very same industries without risking unemployment and poverty. Thank you, Speaker.
Very interesting views, candidates. And now for our final question. And Lwazi, if you can go first for me with this one. If elected, what would your administration's first 100 days look like in terms of policy on climate and energy?
Thank you, Speaker. I would start by first strengthening our coal and mining sectors. I believe that is a step forward, and also taking an example from other countries. Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed a nuclear power deal which will enable their country to generate more electricity and also generate jobs. This is a step forward that I believe as an African nation we should also take an example of, and forget about attending all these COP summits that we continuously be invited in by developing countries that come back again empty-handed with nothing but empty promises. Energy independence is something that we need to secure, because that will also help in achieving economic growth and also making sure that jobs are also kept in place. Thank you, Speaker.
Well, in my first 100 days of being elected, I would implement policies that would reduce emissions, invest in renewables, and partner with international allies to tackle climate change. Protecting our environment is an investment to our future.
Thank you for your insight, candidates. The choice you make tomorrow will definitely determine the future of your country, and your vote determines which direction the country will embrace. Thank you. Till next time.